You know, it's been a long time since I was 5 years old, but kids as young as 5 are using computers and going on the internet these days. That's a good thing in general, unless they go to the wrong sites or use the wrong programs. I'm Brian Cooley. Today on this Insider's Secret, I'll show you how to keep that from happening, how to set up Windows Vista so your kids have their own account that keeps them doing the right stuff and going to the right sites. Now, the first step to giving your kid permissions on the machine is to give your kid an account on the machine. That's the only way you can do it. So let's make an account for our child. Go to the newfangled Start button, head over to Control Panel, and then you're going to find this User Accounts and Family Safety tab. Boy, that sounds squeaky clean, doesn't it? Now, add or remove user accounts, and click through to that until you get to the screen where the accounts are listed. Down here's a little text link, Create a New Account. Let's do that. And you've got to give the account a name. So put your kid's name in there. Make sure it says Standard User, which is what we want, and hit Create Account. Okay, the account's created. Now we want to add some controls to it. Here's where the rubber hits the road. Click on the account you just made for the kid, and now go to Set Up Parental Controls. All pretty self-explanatory so far. First of all, under Parental Controls, turn those on. Otherwise, we're going nowhere, and that will enforce a variety of settings we're about to fiddle with. Next thing I want to do is leave activity reporting switched on. That should be the default. We'll get to that later. Now let's drop down to the web filter, Windows Vista web filter. Click on that. The next one is an allow or block list. I like this one, especially for younger kids. If you check that, now you can add and ban sites they can go to. Just click on the Edit and Allow Block List link, and now you type in a website, let's say, that you want them to go to. Here's one that I would encourage. Type in the address and hit Allow. Let's say there's a site you don't want them to go to. Type in that web address and hit Block. Now, you've also got a box down here called Block File Downloads. Those can often be malicious, so you might want to check that one as well. Let me show you the next one here. We have time limits. Not only can you block what your kid does, you can block when they do it. This gives you a calendar of the days times the hours, and it's really easy to use. Just take your mouse and drag out the hours and days you want them to use. That's pretty self-explanatory. The next one I want to show you is games. You can decide which games they get to use several ways. First of all, do you want to let them play games at all? Yes or no? The next one is, do you want to have them play games of certain ratings? So you can have them only play games that are rated for their age group and no games that are mature or really violent or really adult. And those are using the standard game ratings you see on the box of the games you buy. And then you've also got the specific game list, kind of like the specific website list. That's how that one works. There's one just like it for programs. Now, once you're done with those 4 major areas of content and access restriction, here's the way to make sure it's all working. Over here on the right side, View Activity Reports. Remember back in the early part of this, we let the activity reporting switch stay on. Now that means that information is being collected and it goes into this report. So whenever you want, you can click that and get a report looking back of where your kid's been, the files they've downloaded, the other activities they've done in terms of running applications, etc. It's a very nice way to make sure things are working and to keep them honest as well. I'm Brian Cooley. Thanks for joining me for this Insider's Secret.
For more video like this, go to cnet.com and click on CNET TV.